Welcome, it's Denome. Well, I messed that up. Welcome, it's Denome. This is a market update for the Bitcoin and crypto markets for basically the start of August of 2023. And as you can hear from my voice, I'm a little bit sick. I have some kind of infection at the moment, so I hope it's gonna go away soon. I think I'm on the recovery already. But anyway, let's actually get to the actual topic now. So the topic for today's video is gonna be why I'm still bullish for Bitcoin and altcoin markets basically. And there's one altcoin that I made a call and it made 28% gains as of today. So I'm gonna show you that one at the end of the video, and I think it still has ways to go. So stick around for that as well. So let's first talk about Bitcoin, where I think the price is. So last time I made an update video, we were still basically inside this breakout channel, and then we broke out through it, and it was a clear breakout. You can see the breakout from the RSI. You can see the breakout from this long-term trend line here as well. So in my opinion, that signals that we're still in the good area. In the longer time frames, you can see, or in the shorter time frames, actually, you can see the RSI is fading downwards, which means that the momentum is shifting, and you can see the volume also going down on exchanges for Bitcoin. So that usually signals some kind of a top. So in my opinion, we may see a pullback to the downside here. And even if we go to like 1 hour time frames, you can see some interesting things here. If we draw from here to here, you can see that we're basically touching the top of the channel here, and we can draw a line from the bottom here as well. So you can see that we're in a deciding area. If we go downwards or if we go upwards, and even on the RSI, you can see on the shorter time frames, RSI is the momentum indicator, which I like to use. You can see it's a moment of truth for Bitcoin here as well. So we either broke to the upside or to the downside. Personally, what I'm kind of expecting is to the downside, just because the volume is just shrinking. But again, because this is a local bottom, volume shrinking could also mean that the accumulators have done accumulating, and now whoever is gonna buy next is gonna pump up the price. So in this scenario, it would kind of signal that we may actually go upwards here from the volume, but some people may disagree with my statement here. Either case, what I think is the bottom line is basically this trend line here, because if we take a look at the RSI here again, you can see we have this RSI trend line on the bottom one, which will support us going forward, and then we have this trend line here. You can kind of shift it like this as well. So like 26,000 is basically the bottom that I'm gonna call right now, 26,000, and then we're gonna bounce upwards again. And if we just take a look at the fundamentals for Bitcoin, let's go look into bitcoin.com, and you can see some interesting charts here. So if we take a look at the addresses with balance that has over 0.01 Bitcoin, and we take a look at how this has behaved in the past, you can see in 2018, the addresses were at a peak, and then we had a massive drop, and that was the price peak as well. So people just sold their Bitcoin at this peak here. Even the small fish sold their Bitcoin at the peak here. But after that, even in 2020 crash, the small fish never sold. And if we take a look at how many addresses there are with 0.01 Bitcoin, there were 8, let's say what the price is now, 29,000. So when we broke 29,000 here, where was it? Somewhere here. So we had, 8.5 million addresses. Now we have 12 million addresses. So 3.5 million more addresses with these small fish addresses. So that's a clear signal that the demand for the small fish is still growing, and the small fish aren't selling. And the same is true for 0.1 Bitcoin. The same is true for 1 Bitcoin. Let's just take a look at this as well, so you can get an idea. The amount of addresses that have at least 1 Bitcoin just continue to grow, just completely continue to grow. no worry in the world. So people are buying Bitcoin. And again, if we take a look at what the price was here when we first broke 30,000, we had 800,000 addresses. Now we have over 1 million addresses. So that's an increase of about 30% increase on the amount of addresses, or 25% increase on addresses. So that's a very good signal, because when the addresses just continue to climb basically linearly here on an asset that has a fixed supply, the price tends to go exponential. So the fundamentals for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is just great. And if we take a look at the bigger fish, like let's say addresses with 10 Bitcoin, what you can see here is that the addresses kind of sold at the top here, and now even they are accumulating. Addresses with over 10 Bitcoin slowly is continuing to go up. And this is not a top where they are just selling. So we're currently not seeing sell pressure from here. And the big fish are not even in the game yet. So if we take a look at the 100 Bitcoin owners, these are the big fish. You can see that basically since 2017, they've been selling a lot. And they sold at this pump here, and they haven't even bought back. So the big fish haven't even bought back yet. So who is going to sell? That's the question. Like who is going to push the price downwards? So for sure, you can do some price manipulation. You can do all these things that crashes the price of Bitcoin lower. But some people who are calling for another $15,000 bottom, if we do see that, that's the situation where you want to be all fucking in. So I'm just going to call it right now. We're not going to see another bottom for Bitcoin. If we do see another bottom, just sell your house, get everything you can basically. And this is not financial advice. I'm just looking at the fundamentals here, the demand driver for Bitcoin. So anyway, that's it for Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the call that I made. So here over at Telegram, this was my old chat that you can actually participate in. On 10th of July, I made a final call for Doge BTC before breaking upwards. So I gave my reasoning why Doge was the thing that will blow up. And as you can see, the price of Doge BTC here was at the crux of the crux, at the bottom of the bottom, 0.00215. Now let's take a look at the Doge BTC now. Here we are at 272. So the price 2 was right here, 215. So from here to here, that's a 28% increase. It was 28% before I started making this video. So that was a very beautiful play here that I announced over there, and I made a video about the Doge Analysis. So for Doge Analysis, I want to update as well. Doge Analysis haven't been doing much yet, so they are still building. They don't have an active place where you can actually buy and sell these. So these are done as an OTC, over-the-counter trades. It's quite cumbersome. It's been a month since I made a video. I think the prices have come just a little bit down here as well. So for the play here, for me, was just Doge and Doji. Fib was another one that I was considering, but I have not pulled the trigger on it yet. DPAL was another one. I don't know what Oxbit is, but for me, it's just Doji and Fib that were the interesting ones. I currently only have Doji and Fib and this NFT, and I don't know what's wrong with this NFT because the amount of mints have not gone up. So I don't know what's going on here. 100%. I know they're very active on Twitter, and at least they are putting out a image that there's a lot of development. And when I'm looking at the chats, I do see a lot of development. They released another version of the wallet as well, and they have a beautiful roadmap coming up. So as long as they keep continuing to build, I think you can still get these quite cheap if you want to. And just to analyze Doge one more time, you can see the RSI. We made a higher high on the RSI, even though we have a lower high on the price here. So that's a signal of an RSI, another kind of RSI breakout. So in my opinion, Doge BTC is just starting up. Another reason why Doge BTC, in my opinion, still an opportunity is if we draw a support line here, you can see that we broke up, we had a pullback back to the support line, right? Here. You can draw it like here or here, but basically we had a pullback to the support line, and then we had a bounce again. So I think it looks decent in my opinion. Doge BTC might still go ways, but I'm quite happy I actually called the fucking bottom this time on this asset. So if you made the play, congrats. Consider taking some profits off. 28% gain. That's a very beautiful gain. So if you made like 20% or something like that, just convert it back to Bitcoin and be happy with it. And if it continues to go up, keep taking profits away. Lock in those profits as well if you want to. Another one that I want to announce, I haven't announced it on the on the YouTube channel yet, is the Discord channel. So this is the official place for the chat. So you can actually join the chat here, and it's free for now for all of the channels. I do have level 1 and 2 for the online course. So if you get the level 1 or the level 2 version of the online course, you will have another chat with the airdrop farms that I will include, and a lot of cool things coming up from the online course when I do release it. I thought it was gonna come this month, but maybe it'll come next month. Anyway, that's basically it for the updates. For me, I'm still bullish. A pullback probably, and then I don't know. Looks good in my opinion. Some people are just calling Bitcoin like, oh my God, now we're gonna go lower and lower and lower, which may also happen. So consider if you have profits to actually lock those in. So you have powder if we have those nice pullbacks. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.